Hey everyone, as always, Dylan, Miller Prospecting, and today's video is a big oops, I'm sorry, I made a huge mistake. I recently shot 3 videos reviewing Klondike Klinkers Paydirt. Well, after I was finished with them, the owner of Klondike Klinkers posted a comment on one of the videos, and I'll show you that now in its entirety. So now that you've read that, you'll see he made a couple claims that I made some mistakes in the video. And normally, mistakes do happen. You might miss a decimal, you might do a little something that's a little off, and usually they're not bad. They're usually nothing that I need to go back and edit or change or anything else. It's why I put a disclaimer at the end of my videos, and I'm usually really good at making sure I don't make mistakes. I write up everything. I keep everything in sheets of paper. I have all my formulas made up. I'm pretty meticulous about it, but I did, after reading his comments, go back and check some things, and I made a couple mistakes. I did make some mistakes, so I'm shooting this video to change the numbers on the video, to show you the mistakes I made, to tell you the mistakes I made, and let's get to it. So if you read the little message or the comment, he makes a couple claims, and I'm going to go through those, or most of them. So let's go through them. First, he says the gold spot was $13.50 when these bags were purchased and not what I had claimed they were, and he's absolutely right. What happened was a friend of mine emailed me, and he said, hey, I got in some Klondike Klinkers. I don't have time to pan it. He was getting ready to go on vacation. He said, do you want it? Just send me the gold when you're done. Shoot some videos, etc., etc. And I'm not going to turn down free Paydirt from somebody. I mean, I sent him the gold, and, I get some videos out of it. It gives me content for my videos. He got his gold out of it. But I misread. When he said he just, he got in some Paydirt, I assumed he had just gotten it in. I didn't know he had been sitting on this Paydirt for a little bit of time. And as Klondike Klinkers claims, he says it was ordered in around April. Well, I did ask my friend, and he might have been ordered in April. I think it was 2 different purchases, but he did not receive it until the middle and second half part of May is when he actually received the Paydirt. And typically that is when I do my ROIs. I base my ROIs on the day the Paydirt is arrived. And the reason I do that is in case it takes the seller a year to ship it, or 6 months, or a month, or however long. It's until it's in my hands, it's not my Paydirt. Gold's not mine. So that's what I did. And he was right. The ROI spot was different. I think in all 3 of my bags, the average was about $38.50 was the gold per gram that I was using, when it should have been $41.45. So later in this video, I will show you the updated scores for all of his reviews, because they are changed, because I did use the wrong ROI. And if you're a follower of my videos, you'll see recently I did a video where I'd been sitting on a bag of Paydirt for several months. And when I did the Paydirt ROI, I based it on that ROI from a few months ago. And I explained why in that video. This was just a total oversight on my part, and I do apologize. I should have caught that. I should have made sure the day that it arrived. I just assumed, and we all know what happens when you assume. So, second part he said was that gold over 12 mesh costs well over spot and up. And that I'm not, I don't get all finicky about that. I could have had his gold tested and based it on the carat and all that. I don't bother with that. Because first off, to sell gold at plus 12 mesh, there's pretty much only one place you can go to, and that's eBay. Then I pay a 10% fee on it, as well as a PayPal fee and all these other things that just lower it. And then I could get scammed. The guy could say he never received it. I base all gold, all reviews, based on what I received, based on a 24 karat gold. That's the spot, because that's what I sell it to. If you sell Paydirt gold, it's typically a couple buyers that buy it, and they pay a set amount of price. They don't pay you more for pickers or anything else like that. So I base all my prices on one price. So I'm not giving them any leeway for that. It's just the way I do my reviews. Now, the third thing he brought up was that he does say approximately 8 ounces. In 2 of his bags I received, they were 8-ounce bags. I received 6 ounces in both of them, and I heavily penalized him for those. Well, he pointed out that he does say approximately in his descriptions. Unfortunately, it's in a sidebar. And when I do my reviews, I copy paste the descriptions and put it on a sheet of paper the day I order it, in case something happens later where they change their Paydirt description when I'm getting ready to do my review. I don't want people to say, oh, look, he's based it on something else, and I copy paste it. And what happened was I didn't copy paste the sidebar. And it's one of those things where you're reading something over and over and over and over, you just miss it. And I just missed that word in the sidebar. And I'll actually show you two pictures now. Here's a picture of what his main description page looks like. Now, as you can see, it does not say approximately. Now, here's with the little sidebar open. Now, as you can see, that part does say approximately 8 ounces. So I am going to be changing my reviews, and I gave him, I believe, a 7 on all of his Paydirt quantities because they were short on those 2 8-ounce bags. And I will be upping it to a 10 because they were approximately 8 ounces. Now, I'm not going to get all finicky. It's up to you as a buyer. If you bought an 8-ounce bag and it came in at 6 ounces, would you consider that approximately 8 ounces? If I wasn't doing this review and if I wouldn't have messed up, I probably would still be a little upset because I don't believe 6 ounces is approximately 8 ounces. I think when you say approximately 8 ounces, you're talking about 7.5, 7.8, 8.1, 8.2, around there where it's really, really close but not exact. 6 ounces to me is not close. It's not close at all when that's a quarter of the weight is missing. But since I did mess up, I didn't state that it does say approximately, I'm going to adjust my score to 10s. So, last thing I need to get into is he claims he had a 10% off discount and that my buyer probably got that. Well, I can guarantee you he did not get a 10% discount. He did. I asked him and he said he paid full price and that the discount started a couple days later. And I know he does do a lot of 9%, 10% discounts all the time, but they're not all the time. There's a lot of companies that do a lot of sales. This just isn't one of those times he bought it. So he did pay full price for all of these bags, and that's what I reviewed him at. Let me re-review these 3 things. Here you go. So, here it is. Klondike Klinkers, this was their half-pound Cascade bag. I was guaranteed 0.65 to 0.93 grams of guaranteed gold. Its cost was $49.99. I found 0.67 grams of gold at a spot price of $41.45. So my gold's value was $27.77, which means my ROI was 55.55%, or on my scale of 5.6. I'm giving him a fun factor of 6 still. It still wasn't great Paydirt. It still didn't have a lot of gold in it. Paydirt description, again, still going to be a 5 because he doesn't really have a description in there. For Paydirt quantity and packaging, I'm giving him a 9.5 because it was, approximately 8 ounces. And he did double bag it, so 9.5. Customer service and shipping is a 10, both and both. And, he's always a great guy. He's always hanging around. He's always on Facebook. So he does have great customer service, and he typically does ship pretty speedily. I know he gets in his little areas where sometimes they don't go ship out, but anyway, total score for Klondike Klinkers Cascade bag is a 7.2, which is 0.4 better than his old score of 6.8 I originally gave him. So 7.2. All right. Now for the 1 pound Liberty bag. In that one, I was guaranteed 1.39 to 2.09 grams of gold. Its cost was $99.99. I recovered 1.358 grams of gold. Gold spot was $41.45. Gold's value in this bag was $56.29, which means my ROI was 56.30, or on my scale of 5.6. Fun factor, again, is a 5. It was short. And again, I noticed he did not mention in that giant long comment about that bag being short of gold. I guess he missed that part of the video. But the Paydirt description, still a 5. Paydirt quantity and packaging, again, a 9.5. And this one didn't change because this one was well over a pound. It was almost 2 pounds, if I remember right. Customer service and shipping is a 10. So this score is going to be a 7 for the Liberty bag. Now for the half-pound Lucky bag, I was guaranteed 2.09 to 3.02 grams of gold. Cost was $149.99. I recovered 2.630 grams of gold. At a gold spot of $41.45, I recovered $109.01 worth of gold. ROI, 72.68%, which means my ROI on my scale is a 7.3. Fun factor, still an 8. Paydirt description, still going to be a 5. The Paydirt quantity and packaging is going up to a 9.5. Customer service and shipping, as the same as another 2 bags, it's a 10. So his score for the Klondike Klinkers Lucky Bag went up to an 8.0, up from a 7.5. And that one really took a jump. And it really took a jump just because this was the one bag where I recovered in the middle ground of the ROIs that I could have recovered. That's it. I will make one more comment too. And he says in the comment that I was making fun of a little girl who wrote on the bag. And nowhere in this video or any of those videos do I mention anything about making fun of a little girl. I was making fun that the bag was missing a Y. I didn't say, anything about who might have wrote it or anything else like that. And I apologize if anyone, for whatever reason, thought I was making fun of a child while shooting that video. And I do apologize for that. It was not my intention, and I don't believe it was really anyone believed that that's what I was doing when I said it in the video that I was making fun of a little girl. I do apologize though. I made a mistake in those videos. I have tried to update them. I will be putting links in those 3 videos to this video so people can get these updated scores. So, as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down here and make sure you leave comments and things like that. So until the next time, happy panning everyone.